If you get on Discord, there's no picture. You don't have to use your real name. You can invest what you want to invest. It was an important thing that we couldn't be held back by color or by race or by ethnicity or by religion.
That's dope.
This episode is sponsored by my good friends at Bullish. Stay tuned for more information on this amazing company later in the episode. This is one of my favorite interviews that I've ever done because it's with a legend who is one of my heroes, and that is none other than NBA great John Salley. But he might even get mad at me if I just refer to him as an NBA great, because he, like me, believes that people can have a second, third, and fourth act and be more than one thing in their life. And what is John Salley now? He's a crypto podcaster who's orange pilling the mainstream and bringing them into our space. There's a conversation that you don't want to miss because John could very well be the bridge that brings in the people that don't quite understand what we're doing into the space.
I was literally told this morning, don't say NFT.
That's right, but no, you can't say it.
I know it.
That's the three-letter word. NFTs, Web3 is the four-letter word.
John, man, I like your nails. Don't think I didn't notice.
Thank you, man.
Shaq was doing that way before you motherfuckers thought it was cool.
I love it. Our bad words used to be shit and fuck. Now it's Web3 and NFT. If you
know. And I was like, I had the conversation with my boys. The name of the group is NFT Glee. I said, we might have to change the name. And I think they are going to change their name.
Why? Because you just think the stigma of...
Well, how I learned Bitcoin is through a guy who has owned NFT Glee. And he is Bitcoin, like he has brainwashed me. I drank the Kool-Aid. I agree to a point, but that's why I decided to do a show just about crypto, so I wouldn't be narrow thought.
Right. But isn't that the irony of the whole thing, is that the whole goal is to make everybody crypto native, right? Orange pill everybody.
Right.
Shouldn't we be happy if they come through NFT, Doge, SHIB, dumb, whatever? Isn't it the goal just to get everybody to the same place? So why should we be mad at the route that they take?
All paths lead to the castle. All paths lead to God. But the Christians feel you should go through Jesus Christ. The Muslims think you should go through Muhammad. So that there's a way that people always feel their way is the better path. Bitcoin being first, Bitcoin never being hacked, Bitcoin trading at $44,000, they got the right to say, come our way, we know better. But I think they feel crazy about the NFT world because they were undercut by Ethereum mentality saying, let's spread it this way. You guys got a good idea, but you didn't move further enough.
Right.
I definitely think I stay on the Switzerland border.
Oh yeah, I live in Switzerland. I'm not even on the border. I'm like right in the middle, in the bank, in the vault.
Because this is the deal. So I watch everything on YouTube. I'm watching you. I'm watching, what is his name? Older guy, I think is Don. I watch and I try to get to the point of understanding, to put it in the same mentality. Like when we were talking earlier and I joked you about crossing over.
I'm never saying that again.
I know, but I only joke because I literally tell people, I'm trying to get you to cross over into, so when you said, but just the mentality, that idea that it's a new idea. You know what it is? 94, I had a chance to own a mall online. And I went to about 4 different NBA players, 2 football players, 4 NBA players, and all of them said no about putting $10,000 in. Now, we spending $10,000 with strip joints, but they wouldn't put $10,000 into this because they thought it was throwing it away. I said, I guess making it rain is not throwing it away, but
literally.
Like
it's actually coming out your hand and
said
away.
The same thing.
Yeah.
This time I'm not missing it. But as opposed to coming in and just taking my money and throwing it in something and wishing and saying what, I literally pay attention to everything. That's why I was here early to do your show. I like what you're talking about. I like how you do it. Big Frank Brown had no idea I knew who you was when I saw you. But that's why I stopped, not because of him looking like Marvin Gaye.
He didn't hear you, but he will.
I know.
So, but you actually have a history of being early.
Yeah.
Right, so, I mean, this isn't new for you. Like, you had weed investments.
Yes.
I'll call marijuana investments because we're sophisticated now.
Yeah.
Early,
Cannabis.
but this is cannabis. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't even cannabis.
Cannabis.
Right? But like, it's not new for you to be willing to jump on a trend when everybody's still calling it crazy.
Right. And I don't really even think it's a trend. Like I literally sat back since last May when I started watching everything and anything I can that dealt in this world. 2019, 2020, I was in Canada shooting this movie, and I was hearing about crypto. And then my boy was like, yo, I made $10,000 a day. And I stopped what I was doing. And I was like, how? Like, where'd you pull this lick? Like, what happened?
Yeah.
And he was like, I made it off of crypto. And then the people from Coin.
No, you can say it to me.
Right.
We're in a safe place.
Okay, so
Yeah.
people from Shiba Coin, this guy came in and said, yo, we want to get you involved, we're going to give you this many coins. And I was like, how many? He was like 25,000. I said, man, you got to give me like 250,000. He said, how'd you know that? One company came and gave me 500 billion coins. I said, how many have you burned? And he was like, how'd you know to ask me that? So there's still some charlatans and shysters in this business trying to get something for nothing. But this is why I decided to do a show, because I want to be the one that hears something as it comes by and go, all right, I'm doing that.
Have you ever been trading crypto and during bouts of high volatility had your exchange go completely offline, or seen the order books go thin and have absolutely no liquidity for your trade? I know that you have. It's happened to every single crypto trader, but it's not an issue anymore thanks to Bullish. Bullish is a powerful new exchange for digital assets that offers deep liquidity, automated market making, and industry-leading security. Combining the innovations of DeFi with the regulated environment of traditional finance, Bullish empowers users to trade with confidence across variable market conditions while secure in a regulated environment that's backed by multi-billion-dollar liquidity contributions from the Bullish Treasury. Follow @Bullish on Twitter or visit bullish.com/Melker to learn more. Right, and it's a crypto show,
It's
right?
a crypto show.
And you have actually the ability, I said crossover earlier, you have the ability to actually talk to people who have no idea about this, who like you.
Right.
And so why did you start it? Is that the reason? Is it because you want to spread the gospel? Is it because it's just what you're into and something you want to talk about?
Well, I got tired of talking about sports. I no longer played it. It's 22 years since I played it, about 11 years since I talked about it. What I realized is my friend Larry King had passed on, and Larry King would have people on his show and ask a question and say, what say you? And you had, and I thought it was the most seamless moving show, and I felt I learned and I understood so quick. Then I got to do the Larry King show, and you have 4 minutes. You have 3 minutes. And if you finish watching the show, you realize the people he's talking to may have spoken for 9 minutes. They had to get everything out in that 9 minutes because it's jotted like that, going to a question, Larry saying whatever, asking, getting in that. And I just thought that kind of show would be great for crypto. And I didn't see, a lot of people are getting in. Like I said, I wanted a show that was about crypto, not cryptic. And once again, why I'm sitting here with you.
Yeah.
And I haven't sat with anybody to do any of their shows yet. I'm supposed to do the news desk. But I like the fact that you make sense. And you're identifiable.
But don't we have a messaging problem though? Isn't that like the whole thing? That's what I'm saying. It's like if you can't explain it to a 5-year-old in 2 minutes, then nobody's going to pay attention.
Yeah, because a 60-year-old and a 5-year-old is the same person.
We still have trouble doing that.
We do. Like, we can talk about Dow, and people are going to be like, oh, man, I like that restaurant, man. It's pretty cool.
Yo, they got the club upstairs.
Right? And then, like we were saying, we would use, because I sat there and said, man, they need to give a new dictionary. And then I realized language is changing every minute. And I just thought it'd be cool. And because I knew I had a contact to my neighborhood, my community. I knew I had a contact, and this would be the best thing for people who have been disenfranchised for so long, because if you get on Discord, there's no picture. You don't have to use your real name. You can invest what you want to invest. It was an important thing that we couldn't be held back by color or by race or by ethnicity or by religion. Like, this is something that literally abolishes all that. You're either in or not, and I don't have to know what you look like. That was the best thing about it.
Right, and that's true for the communities 100%, but a lot of people would say that's also just the argument for Bitcoin.
Yeah.
Literally everybody has access to it. Like, we live here.
Right.
We have dollars, whatever. We take for granted that there's places in the world where they're just dying to get dollars. Like, they literally can't even get a dollar, but everybody can get Bitcoin everywhere.
I said that you can even get it at a, I would mention the company, but we haven't finished negotiating. But you can even,
You ain't giving it away for free.
no, you can get iCloud.
Right.
What is it? CloudCoin. Like, I saw Spike doing a commercial for CloudCoin, and it was an ATM. You can literally get crypto at an ATM. I just, being born in the 60s, and my daughter said in the 1900s, being born in the 1900s.
I'm 76, I'm not.
Oh my God, I'm
not.
64. But just the fact that she called being born in the 1900s, I can't imagine. It's hard to imagine us not having a dollar, but that might be in our lifetime. That might be a real thing.
So she's born in the 2000s?
Yes.
She might one day say the same thing about they're being born in a digital native world. Our kids are not even going to know a world when there wasn't Bitcoin.
That's
Which it
scary.
boggles my mind, because I didn't find out about it until I was in my late 30s, early 40s. But these kids are going to grow up, and Bitcoin's just going to be as much a part of the conversation as everything else. That's the most encouraging thing to me, actually, is because we try to explain it to people, they're just going to get it.
Yeah. And I guess we're trying to bring some old people through. Like,
Yeah, we're trying to bring the boomers.
Hey, do it like this. Put your money here. It was already hard enough to get them to save money in a bank.
Right.
So to get them to think about a
you can't do
crypto
that now.
wallet, no, you better not.
But like, isn't that like now the government, Fed, whatever, they're basically doing the marketing for us?
Yeah.
Like, everybody knows that you can't put money in a bank unless you just want to get 0.00002%.
When I was doing movies, they used to say to me, a guy said, "Oh, you want to come to?" I said, "Man, why would I come to the bank to borrow money?" He goes, "We got cheap money," and I didn't understand what he meant then. I so understand what he means now. Like, I get it's cheaper to borrow money onto your life insurance policy than it is for you to go ahead and put your money in the bank. You don't know what's going to happen. And inflation is kicking your butt. I tell you, I saw a house out here in Miami that a condo when I was going to buy it before I left. It was $235,000. It's for sale now, and that was 20 years ago. It's for sale now for $2.6 million. There's no upgrades.
I was gonna say it actually got worse.
Yeah.
Those toilets
no
did not
upgrade.
get any younger.
No, and it's still got to turn, if you want hot water, turn it on, come back in an hour. Still that happening for $2.5 million.
But that's unsustainable.
I know. Hey, your people are telling you got to go on the stage.
All right, you know how it is, man. Appreciate it. Thank you. So listen, tell us really quick about the show. And where
John
everybody
Salley
can follow it.
Crypto Show.com. You should check it out. We're going to be dropping tons of things. You get my token. You'll get to see great interviews like this one, because I'm
So
on it.
good.
And and you get to hear some really cool things, and you get to learn. I get to learn, and it's a comfortable play. I'm using all of my television. I'm not going to say expertise, but
Tricks of the trade.
Tricks of the trade,
Savvy.
knowledge, and I've been doing it for so long. I get to talk about something other than other prima donnas run up and down the field hitting each other.
Well,
I just like
yeah,
that.
I mean, it's nice to actually get to do something else with your life and not be identified as one thing.
Not one
I was a
thing.
DJ and a producer for 20 years, and that was the Wolf of Wall Street, was
Yeah.
because people used to say, "Shut up, DJ. You don't know about this." Right?
Really?
Of course. You don't get that?
Oh, well, yeah, I get a look.
Yeah.
But the cool thing is I got like seven athletes who are doing this, and it's making my life so much easier.
Love to see it.
Thank you,
Appreciate
Judge.
it, man.
I
We're
appreciate
going to
it.
stand up so you can really get some context.
Yeah.
Thank you, man.
I'm stealing the mic.
Thank you so much for listening to this episode. If you haven't already left a rating or a review on Apple Podcasts or Spotify, please do that now. Spotify just added ratings, so please go ahead and click that 5-star. I'll see you guys next time.